everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Lovebird Lane podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Julianne. I am your host, and I have very little to talk to you about today. I am, especially in the way of crafting, I can't really say I've done a lot. Yeah, I've done a bit of knitting on only one project, which is a new project, so I guess I can share that. I've been doing a bit of spinning from things that you've already seen. I'm still working on my red, my burgundy red fibre that I am doing. Still working on that. I have 2 bobbins filled and almost have the third kind of 2/3 of the way done. I did warp the loom, so I've got a new weaving project, but again, not much is done on it, so it's not really worth showing you. So yeah, today's probably going to be pretty short and sweet. I thought maybe I would show you what I'm knitting on, tell you what I have been enjoying this week, and leave it at that. At least I'm here, I'm keeping the routine. I almost thought I wouldn't be able to podcast, or I'd be podcasting in a different spot today because my housemate has been home all week. He has gone out today though, so that means that I'm free to podcast here. I haven't really done much in the way of makeup. I just did a very quick little bit. I think I've put on too much highlighter. I can see myself shining in the viewfinder, but whatever. I almost did none, so I guess this is better than that. I don't know. My hair is doing its own thing at the moment. It needs a haircut. It's beginning to tickle over my ears. So I need to cut my hair, but I really don't know what I want to do with it. I kind of feel like shaving it all off because I'm kind of sick of this top deck kind of look. The two-toned look. So I'm thinking of shaving it all off, but then I'm also thinking of doing a kind of short pixie cut kind of thing. I don't know. I'm trying at this point just to get enough energy up to do basic things, and that does not include cutting hair, especially if I'm going to be doing a style. If I'm just shaving my head, that's probably not so bad. This week has not been good for sleep, so hence I almost wasn't going to podcast today because I'm like, I don't really have much to talk about. I'm feeling a little bit low in energy, but I'm like, no, just do it. You know, there's probably a lot of people out there that feel, you know, this is their only place of interaction with people at this point in time. So, you know, I want to be there for all of you guys as well who, you know, maybe are using these podcasts to feel less alone. So here I am. I'm very froggy today. I don't know what that's all about. I think I've got some allergies happening. I obviously never leave the house, so I doubt very much I have the Ronies, so don't freak out or anything like that. I feel fine. I don't have a fever. I'm just a little bit sort of gluggy. I have just eaten lunch, so that could be something to do with it as well. So excuse my gluggy throat. But anyway, I might show you what I have been working on. I have officially started the Husbeast sweater, or the spousal sweater. I've heard both things used. I have not, in our, nearly 10 years of being together, I have not knit Simon a garment of any type. I have made him some mitts, I have made him socks. I have not made him any hats because he doesn't want wool up around his head, which is fair enough. He has enough issues with his skin problems. But yeah, I'm finally making him a sweater. And I kind of, even that was a hard sell. I've kind of had to badger him, and he's kind of almost letting me knit this under duress, if that makes sense. He's like, oh, you don't need to hurry and all this. I'm just like, but you need a sweater for the winter. So yeah, I am knitting him a cardigan. Because I have a real thing about men in cabled shawl-collared cardigans. We used to watch a show called New Girl. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It was a Zooey Deschanel show. And one of the characters in that, Schmidt, he used to always wear these amazing cardigans, like these amazing shawl-collared, button front cable cardigans or ribbed cardigans. And I just really like that look on a man. So I said to Simon, you're getting one of those. days. And so yeah, he's kind of almost under duress that he's getting this cardigan. So long story short, I have started. Now this is out of, I have mentioned this yarn before, I believe, because I bought this at the same time as I bought the yarn for my, what was it called? It was a Joji Locatelli sweater that I knit, the pink one. But yes, this is Bendigo Tweed. This is in Dusty Plum. And initially, I bought this yarn to make a cabled cardigan for Simon, and when it arrived, it was actually, I think I mentioned this on Granger's Come to Say Hi, because it is actually thundering today. So if you do hear something weird in the background that's not Marion, it is thundering. So Granger doesn't usually react to thunder, but he's really being very clingy today. So I'm trying not to react to it, just to maintain that it's nothing to worry about. But anyway, back to the yarn. So yeah, when I got this yarn, I found that it's a 2-ply and it's fairly loosely twisted. And if you know anything about the anatomy of cables and things like that, for them to really pop and to really stand out, you probably want a 3-ply. It's a nice round yarn. 2-ply tends to be a bit more oval shaped on the side because you've just got the 2 twists going around, whereas a 3-ply yarn tends to be quite round, and that roundness helps to make the cables pop off the surface of the fabric. So when I realized that that was the anatomy of this yarn, I almost thought to myself, well, I'll either get him some different yarn that is good for cables, or I'll just go ahead and cable with this. And that is what I've done. I've just decided, because he picked this colour, this is the colour that he wanted, I decided just to go ahead and knit it. If the cables don't pop quite as much as what they should, it's not going to bother me. It's obviously not going to bother him because he doesn't really care. He doesn't know anything. He's not a yarnie, so as far as he's concerned, if it's a sweater that keeps him warm and it doesn't itch his skin, he's probably going to be happy with it. So I just have gone ahead and I cast on the Hey Handsome cardigan. I cannot remember who the designer is, but it's a Yarnspirations pattern. It is free. I have already had a couple of issues with it. Not issues as such, because I have kind of figured it out, but it's not terribly clear, because I have started on the sleeves, because I thought I would do the sleeves as kind of a swatch. So that is what I have done. I have finished the left sleeve, so I have done that. There's my sleeve cap there, because it is a seamed pattern. So you can see there that it is all cabled. Let me just peer over the top. So they're 8 stitch cables, so they're 4/4, and they sit up well enough, surprisingly, because like I said about the yarn, about the cables popping out of the yarn, I think they're working just fine. You can see that they're there. They are, you know, they're obvious that there are cables there. They are sitting up from the fabric. So I think it's fine, honestly, unless, I mean, I haven't washed this, I haven't blocked it, so it could be possible that they may flatten out a little bit on washing, but I think overall it's going to be a really, really nice cardigan. And I am probably halfway through the second sleeve there, my little hand-beaded stitch marker that I made there, little owl. Unfortunately, I can't sell him in the shop because the pattern is not for commercial use, so it is only for moi. But yeah, I'm onto the second sleeve, and this is literally all I've been knitting on all week. Hence why there is a whole sweater sleeve. So I'm a little bit unsure about the sizing for Simon, because I almost feel like it's a bit long, because on me it's like right down here. He is a smaller statured man. He's not the biggest guy. And this pattern size was for his chest measurement. So he's thinnish, short. He's only about my height, and but he's got very broad shoulders, thus a broad chest. So I picked the size based on his chest measurement. So I'm just a little bit concerned about the fitting of the arms and things like that. However, I did hold this up next to him when it was getting ready for the underarm section. So, I mean, if you've ever done a sweater in pieces, like there's always this little shelf that just goes under the arm. And I held that up to him, and from him just having it over his arm, it seemed to fit. So up to his underarm. The shoulder cap seems a little long, but yeah, I guess I'll have to wait and see. At least the pattern does have very long cuffs. It's a 5-inch cuff, so I figure if the arms are a bit long, he could just fold that back and just have folded cuffs, which is, I don't think that'll be an issue. So I guess the ultimate test is going to be once it's all put together and he tries it on. By that point, you can't really do any adjustments, but we'll see. That's all I can do, is just to wait and see, put it together. If all else fails, I've got another cardigan, and I just re-knit it for him or something with tweaks to the measurements. But that is what I've been working on. That is literally it. And the light is disappearing again, and it's getting dark again. I think it's going to rain. It is raining. Well, there you go. I actually walked down to a couple of local shops today. I ordered some thermometers on eBay because we had a thermometer, but then I accidentally broke it. And so I went onto eBay and got some digital thermometers, and we got them the other day after 3 weeks or more in the mail, probably a month in the mail. And we tried to use them, and the batteries were dead. So I popped down to our local browsing, just like a little variety discount store, and got some little tablet batteries. So once we figure out how to get the batteries out of the thermometers, we can put some new ones in. Just got some air fresheners, just popped into the shop and just got a couple of essentials. So yeah, I went out today, and I kind of got partially rained on. I did take my umbrella because I knew it was looking pretty dark, so I took my umbrella with me. And yeah, that's about what today has been. I've done some spinning before I had my lunch, and yeah, I've just been so tired this week because I just haven't been sleeping well. So yeah, feeling pretty tired. I've been playing my kalimba a little bit. Michelle, you need to tell me down below how you're getting on with yours. I have been practicing. I nearly have Can't Falling in Love by Elvis down. Nearly. I get to certain points where I can get all the way through it and I do quite well, but then I just forget one particular chord and then I just kind of lose the whole thing. So yeah, I'm playing that. I'm trying to get the brain engaged, get the hands engaged. I've had it out this morning, giving it a go, and I didn't do too badly. I got most of the way through to the bit in the middle, you know, da 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 da, that bit in the middle. And yeah, I think I'm not far off getting it for real. So just a little bit more practice, I guess, and then I can move on to something new. I am kind of getting a little bit sick of that song. What else? I have been, Simon and I actually watched I guess it's an American TV show of What We Do in the Shadows this week. A friend of ours has it on their Plex, and they've let us get into their Plex. And so we've been watching What We Do in the Shadows TV show, and it is so good. It is really, really good. I was a little bit there goes the thunder, a little bit hesitant kind of to watch it because I had heard that it was good, and I really enjoyed the What We Do in the Shadows movie, which I think is still on Netflix. If you haven't seen that, definitely get on there and watch What We Do in the Shadows. It's Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement. So Taika Waititi obviously directed Thor Ragnarok, Jojo Rabbit that he's just done, where he was actually played Hitler in that. Hunt for the Wilder People, that is also a very, very good film. So yeah, and Jermaine Clement is from, what are they called? I've never watched the show or really listened to their music. Yeah, Jermaine Clement is from Flight of Conchords, so it's a show spin-off of the movie that they did. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Like, I've been losing my crap almost every episode, just laughing my head off. It stars two of the three main vampires. I have not seen them in anything before. However, the third is Matt Berry, who I have a long history with being a fan of Matt Berry. I originally found him in the show Snuffbox, and then saw Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. He's recently done a show called Toast, or Toast of the Toast of England or something like that, but basically it gets called Toast, which I think also may still be on Netflix. That's where I saw Toast. And now, yeah, he's in What We Do in the Shadows. So I've been really enjoying that. So if you can get your hands on What We Do in the Shadows TV show, definitely give it a look because it's very, very funny. What else have I been doing? Last night I started listening again to the second book in the Throne of Glass series, which is a book series by Sarah J. Maas, who wrote A Court of Thorns and Roses. So I've spoken about that before. You guys know that I'm a fan of those books. So this is the other series that she is well known for, and I literally just before recording finished the second book in the series. And I have already purchased and downloaded the next one, so I'm going to start listening to that probably later this afternoon. It has started to absolutely bucket down, so I think to prevent too much noise pollution on the podcast, I might leave it there. Thank you so much for checking in. I hope you are all doing very well and taking care of yourselves as much as you possibly can. Practicing lots of self-care. If you're stuck at home, just, be gentle with yourself, go gently, take care, be kind. But yeah, I hope you're all coping well, and I'd love to hear from you. If you have anything to say or any questions to ask, please do put them down in the comment section. I'll endeavour to get to them as quickly as possible. But until next time, I wish you all very well. Happy knitting, happy crafting, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!